Happy NFL postseason, everybody. Our two wild cards are here, Pete Prisco and Brady Quinn. I'm Chris Hassel. We are going to preview every game from Wild Card Weekend. But first, give me the game you're looking forward to the most, the one game that stands out.
To me, it's Titans.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots. I just think if you look at where New England's at right now with what happened in Week 17, I'm not sure what to expect, but I can tell you this much, Pete. I feel like there's blood in the water. I feel like teams feel more confident going up to Foxborough right now with the way the Patriots are playing.
You know, I was going to say that, but you copied my paper, so I'll go in a different direction.
You didn't have paper in front of you, Pete.
I'll go with the Eagles-Seahawks. And I'm just curious to see if Carson Wentz can keep it up. And that
what are you curious? You've already said you think they're going to win this game.
I do. You're jumping ahead to my picks here. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. Let Chris pace the show, would you?
Eagles the only home underdog, though it is slight. Seahawks -1.5 at Philadelphia. That's the last game of the weekend. The first game of the weekend getting a little bit more interesting by the day. The Texans always seem to be in this spot. They host the Buffalo Bills, looking for their first playoff win since 1995, and it appears J.J. Watt's going to be ready to go.
And what impact he'll have on the game, it's going to be hard to tell. You know, being out of football for a little bit of a while now, and then what kind of condition and shape and stamina will he have in this game. But it would be a huge get for a defense that really could use him in stopping the run. That's what this game is all about for me with the Houston Texans. If they can stop the rushing attack of the Buffalo Bills, if J.J. Watt and the rest of the defense can come in and have that sort of impact, put it on Josh Allen's arm, I like the Texans' chance of winning this game and Watson being able to outproduce, outscore Josh Allen in a shootout.
See, yeah, the run was bad last week, and it's been struggling a little bit, but this is it's more about the pass rush for me, because they haven't been able. If you watch the Tampa game, they didn't get near Jameis Winston in that game. He could, if he didn't throw interceptions, he threw touchdown passes.
Guys have to rush him when he throws the interceptions.
There were guys wide open though, and I think there's going to be opportunities to make plays against it. It is Josh Allen's first playoff game. That's always tough to deal with as a quarterback.
On the road.
On the road, that's going to be even tougher to deal with. But I think this Buffalo team and this defense are really capable of traveling and winning. It's built to travel. You have a good defense. You have a quarterback who can make plays with his leg. He's a tough guy. He can get outside. You get Singletary going in the running game. I don't think the Texans are that good. I think Buffalo can go in there and win this game by playing good defense, running the ball, and making big shot plays with him getting outside the pocket.
I disagree. I think the Texans can be great, but then it can be really, really bad, too. And I don't know which team's going to show up, and that's part of the problem with trying to pick this game is you don't know which team's going to show up. You don't know which team, or if they're going to be able to execute a game plan where if they stop Singletary, and if they can stop Allen, too, as part of that rushing attack that you had mentioned, I don't think they have the ability to consistently throw down the field and match what Watson and Hopkins and the rest of the pass catchers for the Texans can do in the passing game. Now, that being said, the Bills' defense will travel, and this will be a struggle, I think, for the Texans' offensive line, which at one point I think we thought like they were improving and getting better, and then the last couple weeks of the season it looked like they had regressed again. So I'm not sure what to expect out of that group. And that's the hardest thing about this wild card round is this Texans team is a wild card team for a reason. They've been inconsistent this year. And in this matchup, though, I still trust Deshaun Watson. I trust his ability at home to be able to find a way of getting a win for the Texans.
I'm on the other side. I think the Buffalo Bills not only get the cover, I think they go in there and win the game outright. I really believe, I believe in this team. It's going to be fun. Whichever quarterback can get outside the pocket and make the plays is the one who's going to win the game. I think Josh Allen's going to make plays. I think the moment will not be too big for him.
I cannot wait to see, though, Tre'Davious White and DeAndre Hopkins. Yep. Those two matched up, one of the better cornerbacks, one of the best wide receivers. It's going to be fun to watch.
To Pete's point about the Bills and being able to travel, about being able to go on the road and win. They have a better road record than the Texans have home record. The Bills 6-2 on the road. The Texans just 5-3 at home. How about the fact that both of these teams are coming off a meaningless game and rested some of the players this past week?
It's huge, obviously, just to be able to get your star players there healthy and a little bit more rest. You wonder, though, from time to time, Pete, whether or not they'll be able to get into a rhythm or if there's a little bit of rust when you take a week off and you get out of sync with your normal routine.
Yeah, it can take you a little while, I think. But I think once you get hit in the mouth a couple times, you know better than I do. You settle down and you play.
To some degree.
Go play.
that's not hard to get hit in the mouth.
Yeah. But you don't want to get your jaw sent over here.
I think about the Rams a few years ago when McVay had sat his starters in that Week 17 game, and the following week he ended up playing them. It took them about a half to get it all together in that wild card round. So that's always a little bit of a concern for me, I think, when two teams rest some of those guys, is how they do come out, especially early on in those games.
Even though Houston hasn't had a lot of success in the postseason, they do have players who have been there recently. The Buffalo Bills have only been there once in the last 20 years. So Pete likes the Buffalo Bills to win outright. You like Houston to win. Do they cover the 2.5?
Yeah, at that point, if it's 2.5, I feel confidently in the